Good evening. Sorry about that. Yeah, for some reason, some of my subscriptions had dropped. I had to quickly sort them out again. So they're all up and running. Happy, good, fixed. Hopefully. Um, so, hello everyone. Good evenings. And yeah, hi Ulfric. Hi Jack. Hi Tomo. Tonight we are we'll have a look at painting some horrible evil person on a snow tiger thing. Maybe's. Come on then, what's his tiger called, Tomo? We've just been discussing this. Or his demon tiger with wings and stuff. I don't know if you can see. It's meant to have fur all over, but they've sculpted it. Yeah, I'm not either. And it doesn't. It is very smooth, so we're going to have to see how that goes. But first off, get the frost fairy out the way. Not frost fairy, frost elf. We got some more work done on this fella during the week. Is that not focusing very well? There we go. Jeff. Yeah. Definitely a Jeff. So yeah, we got a bit more of the night done. I tidied up all of the edging, so it's now cut in properly. I need to get all of the bone parts done and finished off. And a couple of more bits and pieces. I've decided I'm not going to battle damage it up. Cheers, Graham. I'm going to keep it fairly clean. Obviously, I still need to get and do all of the... I am going to pause these and glue them into place. They've already annoyed me enough now. Get a wash on it, like the top half there, and leave it at that. Get the base finished off. And then do the other 5. So I'm going to leave him for tonight, because I'm going to have a look at this big kitty with wings. You can sit there. I've been working on something for someone. Just a little bit of X-Wing. Since I know people will have seen it in the corner there. Get some of these out of the way. And guess what? Hello, Tavern Wars. How are you? It's a fine evening. The instructions aren't up for this yet. Obviously, because release date this week. I couldn't possibly comment, Jack, but possibly could be. When I looked this morning, the instructions for this wasn't up. So we're going to go with trial and error. Part of me, I've just been discussing this, part of me wants to paint it bright orange, put some black stripes on it, and call it Tigger. I'm not going to lie. If I can get away with painting stuff Tesseract, I'm sure I could get away with painting a big tiger in Tigger colours. Yep. So, Jack, I did want to catch you. Blood Bowl. There's a couple of us, obviously, we've been asked to put on an event, so we're going to try and get some bits and pieces up and running for it. But if you want to learn some of the basics, now it's not perfect, but getting a grasp of the game. Oh, it's gone blurry again. Is that because it was high up for that? There we go. If you ask Ronan for the link I gave him, you can download the PC game for Blood Bowl 2 for £3.11 off. A couple of, can't remember what the name of the store was called, but it gives you the basics of the game. How the mechanics work. It takes you about 5 or 6 matches because it slowly introduces new bits to you. Yeah, okay, sorry. And obviously you're only playing the basic people. But yeah, I tried it, and I think we're going to give. There's a whole group of people out there that have been asking me to get it up and running and get some events and get some games and possibly a league. So we've been looking at a couple of options. I've been told off a couple of people about an organisation that we would be worth getting in touch with, getting Blood Bowl straight. Maybe he's want to get good enough. Because the AI was trouncing me a lot last night. But yeah, that's not a bad idea actually, because it's then part and parcel of gaming. And so I have a big pile of bits now. So let's have a look at the person. So we have a body that goes together in some description. Yeah, mate, come on a Friday. There's loads of them. Yes, keep your eyes off the wings, Chewy. They're not for you. And hello, mate. We have MCP and a lot of the MCP players are playing Legion as well at the moment. So you've got a good crossover. We are looking at Necromunda because never played it, and I may have bought a load of squats and have painted squats. So, that's quite strong. That's over on Facebook, I guess. Yeah. There we go. I can see stuff going on now. Yeah, we've got quite a few people getting involved in quite a few different games now. Yeah, this is a slightly expensive way of doing it, Chewy. The wings for this are. We're doing this set for £51. It's Malkith, the big frost. Oh, frost person. I forgot the name of them. They have proper names, don't they? The Frost Giant? Or was he a Frost Giant? Dark Elf, yeah. Yes, you did break me, Chewie. It's been a long day. And a hot one, and it's getting hotter. Someone forgot to turn off the big sun thing in the sky, and it's making me... We are actually having fitting issues, which is probably the first... There we go. It's a big dark elf. Well, it's a little dark elf and a big Tigger that he plays on. An evening, Van. It's the new MCP figure. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Malkith? Malachi? Is it Malachi? Maliki. For some reason, I don't know if it's the weather. I'm going to go back to that. Malakith. Malekith. Malakith. Malakith. Yeah. It's the Beast. Hello there. Oh, right. Sit there. Be good. Don't get into any trouble. Where's the tiger? Considering we're doing this without the aid of a safety net or any kind of instructions, because they're not released yet. Twitch ate your joke. Did it stop it from posting? Yeah, that I do have that worry this evening. I'm going to see how it goes and how we get away with stuff, right up until the point of me hitting something and going, nah. Our other option is if everything goes pear-shaped, I will quickly try and convert to the World of Tanks page setup that we did, and then go and see if we can run something with Blood Bowl, like someone just suggested. Itchy lug. You know what that means? Gotta get... No, I'm not getting annoyed. that bit. The base is done. The elf is done. I don't know whether to leave the elf off till after. I'm guessing this works pretty self-explanatory. Right, let's do its head first, because the head is looking like a single piece. Yeah. Yeah, I started a couple of nights ago and played through. It's like there is a basic learn to play. Like section in it, and you go through using the Reichland Reavers, get set up, and it shows you how to do bits and pieces. Yeah, it very good. I don't think this one's for the shelf, Tomo. This is probably very much get it painted, get it sorted, and get it up for sale. I'm not too fussed about it personally. So it was just, it came in today. These release on Friday. So I thought if I can get one somewhere near painted, then. Oh, shelf. Oh, God. Look, it's been a long day. Some of us are tired and too warm and grumpy and. Arr, arr, tiger. Right. Where does tiger fit? Tiger fit. Tiger feet. Aha. So he does fit quite nicely. That clicks pretty well. Right, so that is quite a prominent bloody mould lined out. Yeah, I'm not impressed with that mould line. So these mould lines in the muscle parts are perfectly fine because by the time the paint goes into them, I don't think a tiger has a crease right down its back. Where is the shoot gloop? What's the bet? I've left it at work. The only thing I need today, and I've left it at work. So I have some sprue goo, and I think I've left it at work. I must admit, the putting together's been pretty straightforward. So, actually, even without the instructions, it has pretty much. Where does the flag go? How dare I ask? It shows it somewhere down here. Right, so that comes up there, and that is... So that's like that. Well, hello and colour me interested. Where the poop does that stick in? Let's see if we can find some more pictures of him. Right, so flames are there, and apparently it goes on here somewhere. Yeah, it's such a small contact point if this is where it goes. Marginally not impressed. This reminds me of building that Electra for you, Tomo. Yeah, they were horrible to build. It's probably been one of my least favourite Marvel sets to build so far then. So, what I'm going to do is everything isn't drying. You would think that in this weather stuff would dry a lot quicker. I'll run a bead of glue down its back and then I can shave it a bit. So the things are going together reasonably well. I am going to leave them for a little bit because of the heat. What can I do in the meantime? prime. I need the primer out, airbrush out anyway to prime them. Tell you what I will do is before I prime anything, I need to do some magnets on the. I thought I had something kicking about. Right, I am going to sing for you. There you go. Things moved. I'm going to magnetize the X-Wing ship. So, cut the peg off. This gets noisy, I'm sorry, but it's... So that's the base for the magnet to sit in. And the magnet's on the end of my... It's cool a little bit more this way. I'll quickly do the magnet. This goes sparking. So what I've done with that is I've roughed up the magnet as well and the base. I used to drill these out until they started putting an air pocket in the mould. I don't know if they started putting it in, but they started getting air pockets in the moulds and it just kept splitting the TIE fighters in two. So I've stopped from doing that now where I can. Poor wee TIE, whatever. Yeah. It is a wee TIE fighter. It's now a magnetized wee TIE fighter. No, it isn't. It was. So, quick squirt of activator and he becomes quite a lot more mobile. And here's something we painted quite a while ago, camouflage K-Wing. And that's what was on that base. So you can go back on. A quick clean and go back to the airbrush. Alright. I need some cleaning. Cleaning stuff. Where's the cleaning? There we have it. Hey, Archnin, how are you doing? All is good. If I can find my... Oh, not much black paint. So... Needs cleaning up in a minute. Might get away with that and not having to fill it with any luck. I am going to spray it black. Sounds weird for a white tiger. What I'm hoping to do is quite a heavy white zenithal and use it to pick up a lot of the like muscle features and stuff like that. It could go horribly wrong. We'll see what that looks like when it's got the primer on. That's... I don't know if there's something wrong with that, because it doesn't seem like much air pressure at all. Right, let's start with the wings on this. I'm going to do my usual and do it away from my mat and table. Yeah, there's something alright with the air gun. That's a bit better. Not perfect, but... Yeah, I'm going to use the white ink again. once the airbrush starts behaving. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely doing this off the scenic base and not having the dark elf on his back either, because there's a lot of fiddly areas I need to get to with the airbrush, so I'm going to try and get as much of it done with the airbrush rather than a normal brush. Alright. A very, very dark tiger. So the base I'm going to do the same, give it a good zenithal with the white, and then hit it with a lot of nulling to get the grey. Oh, ran out of black. To get the grey back up on it. If that makes sense. Ish. I think it is close to time for my airbrushes to have a deep clean. That's probably why they're messing up a bit this week. Good. No. There we go. Stupid bloody flag. And the pixie. So a couple of reasons I'm going down using this black primer is it's one of the best primers that I've come across for the airbrush. I've tried a few, I've had issues with a couple. It just works. I don't know if that's easy to explain. A lot easier to get hold of in America. There's Badger's Minutier. we can get it over here, but it's like 30 quid a tub. But it's still a massive saving over buying rattle cans. God forbid you bought GW black rattle cans and stuff like that. They're a fortune and going up again. Even the colour forge ones that I like, it's still a lot cheaper to do the airbrush way. So with the X-Wing that I'm doing, the problem I usually have with them is because this is getting masks on. Quite a few for what's getting done to it. It tends to need a good 24, 48 hours for the paint, the primer to bite and properly go off. So not a massive issue, and it's probably Miniature has been the least I've had the issue with, but it just stops. Catch you later, mate. It just stops it from peeling off it when you pull the band-aid off, so to speak, when you're pulling the masking material off. There we go. I'll get this prepared for the white. That one. The compressor hasn't come on tonight, has it? It's a lot of work done out of one compressor lot. Yeah. It is having slight clogging issues. So I'll just clean the tip out again with it. Earbud. Let's try one of the other ones. So you're that. Yeah. That has got a serious blockage in it. So I'm going to put that one to one side for tonight and clean it later. Yep, that's better. So where's the Liquitex? Liquitex. So Liquitex white ink. Titanium white. 30 ml pot. So I'm going to do I think the cat's about dry. Yeah. So cat that angle. Right, again, I'll have to do this over here because a lot of white ink goes down to the floor, if that makes sense. So as you can see how the zenithal works on it, the shadow underneath, it's still fairly black, but it's picking it up. Quite a lot of the muscle tones. Ooh. You can see the pattern on the wing coming through bit by bit. It's not something you can do quickly. And I might have to go over his back again because there's marks down his back that I don't like. But yeah, the patterns that are coming out are looking really nice. Quite impressed. So I've just done a light pass with it to give it a bit more. This is going to be a white creature with obviously some highlighting. And we have him. He's back to being pretty much white, but he has some of the wing. It's slightly shaded. I'll probably do another pass with null in or something like that, just to give it a bit more. Right, I am going to take a painting handle. He says, there you go. And quick blast over. We'll get some washes over that in a bit. And then the elf himself. There we go. And oh, come on, stop. I wanted to get this one done as well. Quick blast over with. See how it's black underneath. Bingo. I'm wanting him in red colouring for Wolf's Dragoons, so hence why blacking them as Zenithal. And that just needs a wash. And I'm covered in white again. Right, I'll give this a clean out and pretty much done for now for the airbrush. But I think a lot of the white on this might get done very similar to how I did my well, the tiger to start with. I'll definitely do it that way. The Stormtrooper colours, where I'll probably do a very thin wash of probably 25% null into 75% lamium. I'll give them a proper clean out there now. Right, so I had a broken flag. The elf can go to there to dry. These are drying pretty much straight away, which is my main worry. My second worry is that down his back. I can go back in with the airbrush, but the line, you can see the line down the back. It's just, I'm not happy with it. Not happy. And then look what I find. So I'm going to try and do a bit of an on the fly repair. I say I can go back in and just do that with a small amount of just plain white, but going down it with this to fill the horrible gap. I wish I'd found this earlier. Idiot. So this is just the Tamiya glue, and then some GW sprues shoved in it, and it's great for gap filling, because not only does it gap fill, it melts the plastic that it's filling and becomes permanent, and it will bite through the primer as well. But even this is going, it's going off really quick. Yeah, it shouldn't go this quick. And yeah. Where's the knife? That's not the knife, that's the knife. Don't go cutting that bit off, Lee, because that's where he stands on. So the white has shown up quite a lot of gaps. A horrible one on his face. I'm not too fussed about the one in what's on the one on that side of his face is all right. Yeah, some of these are. thinking a quick going over it again isn't too much of an issue. It's good to find the issues with it now before you put the full lots of paint down. Also, the good part about this is anyone else that's coming into the shop at the weekend that buys one, I'll give them the heads up about making sure the gaps are properly sorted. That looks a lot better already. I think the good news is that's a lot of the problems sorted. The bad news is it's going to have to dry now because sprue goo doesn't go off instantly. Yeah, it's as I said, it's probably one of the worst ones that I've had for gaps so far. But yeah, right. I can actually show you what I was on about for the wash. I made some for my Iron Warriors and then decided it was too dark, so I have a 50-50 wash of gloss and matte, so I'll just get them used. Bonwick Igniter. So Bonwick brushes from America. So quickly drop on the wash and quite thick on the top, so it really like stains the white. And you don't need to do it as much down below because obviously it's going into black and dark areas. Once this is done, we can pick up things like the sword, the wood, and that sort of stuff. But we get all this down first and get it dry. We can pick out some other bits afterwards. You have to be quite gentle. Don't scrub it across the surface once you've done an ink wash, cause it will reactivate it. You just have to, especially doing it 10 minutes after. Yeah, 10 minutes after you've airbrushed it. Hello, stranger. How are you doing? So there we go. Good. There you go. And hopefully that will now dry like that, give some great shading. I will also pick out, I'm going to do the same with Malekith. Malekith. Yeah. It's not what people up here say. They say I never work. So the colours for Malekith will go on over the wash, and if I can put them on as transparent as possible, you will get the benefits of the wash without having to do another wash. Yeah. There you go. I'm not going to do Tigger yet because I definitely need to give a quick clean up to where I've picked up those bits. Once that's dried fully, then I can just sand it back a bit and get rid of the horribleness. But the wings have come out pretty much how I wanted them. And with a wash over them and then a dry brush. So the idea for Stormtroopers is you do exactly that. You spray them black, heavy zenithal onto them. Then you do a slightly less wash, slightly lighter wash by mixing it with Lamian Media 50-50, 75 to 25. Yeah, it could be the Night Models version, Tomo. And then I use a special high pigment white paint and dry brush it. But, saying that, I have no idea where I've put it. That's going to be one to find later. Or order more. It's Liquitex White High. Facebook. Yeah, that'll work. That will work really well. Yeah. Yeah, I can get close to that one. What I'm going to use is probably the Army Painter. Yes, them ones, and go over it. Get the red. Should be able to get that blue as well. The night's tint of blue. I say get a heavy dry brush over the top of those bits, and that'll pop it off quite nicely. So I guess I'll be finishing or doing more work on Malekith tomorrow night. I've lost the lid. It is going to be one of them nights. So what? One of them nights. I'm going to quickly do. I have got Agrax left. So I'm going to throw some Agrax down on the base for now. And I just nearly knocked it over. No. There we go. Yeah. So don't do this at home, children. Da, 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 da. There's not much Agrax left in that pot. Has anyone tried the new Agrax and the new Nullin yet? And do I need to panic buy and get all of the old stuff bought up? Because I'm never going to get it again. Yeah. Yes, Ash. Wow. Right. Yeah, I just wanted to see what the new ones do, if that makes sense. All of my Iron Warriors are on Army Painter, one of them. But I started my nights on Agrax, forgetting that there was a new one coming out. So just considering. Yeah, apparently they're more contrast based, if I'm reading correctly. There you go, for now. Yeah, I might try and get some of the new ones. Test them quickly. And then see how much I need to cry. Because I've just used the last of my strong shade. I think there's dregs left in the bottom. I don't think there's not even dregs. So I'm going to have to get some of that. Oh, I've just put an order in as well. Yeah, I need to try the new ones and see what they do. I've still got all the old ones that I don't think I've touched since getting them. So yeah. So that's the kitty with wings that I've done tonight. But once we got through the initial stages of Zenithal Highlight, the Zenithal Highlight showed up some huge cracks in it. So I've had to sprue goo in the two front paws. Don't even know. Yes, mate, we do. I think it was Darren who was on the stream bought the last of my Dark Tone. And I can always get more in if needs be. Which probably will be the case because I need some Dark Tone. I've been trying to find a Army Painter rack that a shop stopped doing Army Painter and getting rid of the rack or something like that. They did a while ago a small one, which wasn't far off bench mounted, which I'd probably do better with on one of the racks at the back, rather than not. I've got files for printing ones for people to use, but they come nowhere near like the metal ones and stuff like that. The amount of secondhand GW paint I get in, I could do with an old GW one as well, just to put the secondhand paints on so people could actually see them, pick the colours they want, and that sort of stuff. I think we just took another 40 or 50 pots of paint that are off on the back shelf, but they're just in a box and people keep missing them, and so yeah, a GW rack, an old GW rack, or an old army painter rack. There should be some out there somewhere, obviously. But the new army painter rack has so much other stuff that we don't want to stock. Yeah, when you search on eBay like I just did there, it gives you all the ones for like these ones, but it doesn't give you the ones for like shop displays and that sort of stuff. And yeah, there's none in there. So if you ever see any, give us a shout. There's loads of the normal racks in there. I had the chance of one, and I was like, oh, I've got no use for one, but never need it. That was a mistake. Right, what to do next? You can go over there. So we do. Should we do something with this mech that I started on? We'll have done a bit of everything this week. Battletech, 2 Battletechs, because I did this fella. I've got more primer. See, I don't want to touch him until, again, he's dried for a day or two. Should do. Yeah. Constantine. But what should we do with this fella? We're still trying to decide a colour on it. Army painter colours. We have army paint. Lots of it. That's that stuff. Green. There's a nice orc skin. There's a nice 2 orc skins for some reason. Blood red. Highborn blue. Or High Lord blue. Yellow. Zealot Yellow. So we've got Zealot Yellow, Blood Red, or High Lord Blue. Come on, Ash. Channel you in a Battletech. What do you reckon? Do we have an orange? Runic grey, camo green, fire giant orange. I can't remember what the orange goes like, in all honesty. Let's have a look on the palette. What's the worst that can happen? Now, I'm sure... Yeah, I'll just use that, don't I? I'm going with a bit of control. Let's get that mixed up. Rather than just big brushing it. Because I'm going to try and keep... Yeah, it explodes. I'm going to try and keep from hitting just everything.
$2 away.
Are you sure? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday today, yeah. Yeah, I can do numbers. 3 weeks. Wow. Yeah. I think. Yes, I do. I am through and through. We've even got huge posters down the shop. Wolf's Dragoons. You should know this. What? Why would we know that I liked Wolf's Dragoons X-Wing Tavern Wars? That's better. Kinger, we have painted some of an X-Wing. I quickly changed the colour scheme on this because literally the orange doesn't orange. And I'm now going... This was primed last week, Zenithal highlighted, and now we are just speed painting the red colour on because it covers the orange nicely now. Once this settles a bit, I'll go around and clean up the lashings. Yeah, I struggled to work out which faction to go for. And then when we got the things through and I started looking into it, I wanted to play Clan. But I also I love my what they're called over there, the Atlases. it's my favourite mech in the game, which is Inner Sphere, or Mercenary. Yeah, there's a few ways you can paint yours, remember? I think you were going for the black and red, weren't you? So what I'm doing is on, now this is on, I'm just thinning it down a bit, and hopefully if I'm quick enough it will just flow a bit better. Speed paints for the speedy painting. Then my suggestion for painting them would be spray them black. Dry brush silver.
Here's one I painted earlier.
And then just pick out panels. There's no right and wrong panels to pick out. Just I'm trying to think the best way for you to do it. Would be a good red base coat, either a foundation red, mercurite red. I'm not sure. Wow. I think you're going to need a new red, Tomo. And then you can cut it straight over the black. I can't remember what the G... Yeah, that's blocked. Is it Mephiston? That's the slightly dark one. That's Screamer Pink. No, Khorne. So Khorne's got a hellish coverage. Yeah. What, Khorne or Mephiston? See how it coats over the black like that? See if you get a good coat of it. Because then, once you've done the red panels like that, I'd be tempted to take that red and do one of your brighter reds from your Vallejo set over the top of it to give it a brighter red. You don't need massive amounts of panels picking out. Some of it, again, you can choose if you go light and just do a thin red, maybe your blood red or something like that. Try it on a sprue. Paint a sprue black. Put what's it called? A dry brush over it, and then just pick out some bits like you would with panels, and see how well it coats. So it's the same colour scheme as the Wolf Dragoons, so it's basically that, just picking out panels. And if you find decent panels to do it on, let's go close so you can actually see. And you've got a decent red, what you can actually do is, instead of trying to paint it like a square, use the edge of your brush and just pick the raised bits up. And you get the panel like that. Yeah. Small square. It doesn't have to be, this square has to be red, this square has to be black, this square has to be silver. Most people are just doing it off their own back. Randomly choosing a panel to paint red, panel to leave silver. That looks a good one. Yeah, so I have another side. Rather than trying to paint it like you would straight down, like painting that square, like painting it and filling it in, look for panels that you can use the edge of the brush. Don't overload your brush, but just use the edge like that. And pick out the raised panel. And you can go around picking out the raised panels on each bit that you want to do quite easily. Oops. And if you've got a good coating red, it usually does it in one go. That panel, shoulder pad. So square shoulder there, edge of the brush. It's quite easy and quite effective. Painting Battletech's really easy, mate. It's really fast. You can rattle out, if it's your colour scheme at the end of the day, it's you who decides what's what. There's no right and wrong for a colour scheme that you're doing. There you go. Maybe there's a couple of other bits, the inner parts of but remember, you could have to paint to start with 10 of the rough colour scheme. So if you've got an easy colour scheme, you don't get sick doing it over and over again. It's quick, simple, and you're rewarded by a finished mech. Yeah, we tried it. Our biggest problem with people was people. We had some people literally putting the back up against the edge of the board for the entire game, and where at least with the hexes you can get around the sides of them and stuff like that. The hexes make it a little bit more new person friendly as well. No, I'm saying you start off going, right, I want 10 sort of thing, paint 10 all the same, But if you're doing stuff like Space Marines and you're doing 10, which are about the same size figure, and you're doing squads, and you need, for your first army, you need 30 squads or 20 lots. You get sick of painting them pretty quick, especially if they're like yellow and Ash has to paint loads of troops. So there we go. So then you can start doing other bits and pieces. I did it on Natasha's because Natasha has basic some stripes down one of her shoulders, and it looks like corporal stripes or whatever. But just a thin line. I don't know if you can see that very well. Just a thin line down the edge of the shoulder pauldron. Could be a corporal, could be part of its design. Yeah, corporal should be 2 stripes, sorry. There we go. Just a couple of thin lines. It would have probably been better showing you there. And then if you want to make them brighter, you would then just go and highlight those bits that you've just done. There we go. A couple of bits in the glass, and then some base, and you've got a mech ready to go. You've seen me paint them before in 3 or 4 in an hour. If you keep it basic and simple, you can have a full blown platoon or battalion in no time. Bleeding. I've managed to get. I'm moving that army painter out of the way. Look, X-Wing. Right, let's go back to the big painting picture, and you get to see my beautiful face again. So yeah, loads of ways to paint them quickly, effectively. I should have done some orange ones in the Protect colours. If I'd thought back when I was doing them, I would have done a Protec version of the Wolf's Dragoons. Yeah, that's still slightly tacker. So yeah, I should be able to get that back on track with just some white down there. I'll fill that up pretty quickly. That's not too much of a setback for what I managed to cock up anyway. And some of it is looking pretty cool. Once you get used to the pluses and the minuses, Tomo, the game becomes very fun. It's a good laugh. Yeah, you can kill people in. If you get very, 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 very lucky, you can kill mechs in one shot. Or, like when we were away, Snowy played a game with someone, and I don't think there was much left of either mech, because every time they rolled for damage, it went to a different part of the body, and they must have just been hanging together by wires, the amount of damage that they'd done to each other. But they were still able to shoot back more and more, less effectively, but yeah. It is a good game. It's been going around since the start of time as well. So it's one of those games that's never going to go anywhere. So if you spend 40, 50 quid on it over the next couple of months, build a platoon, it's something you can go back to in a year's time. If someone says, "Oh, I've got Battletech," and you go, "Yep, I've got that as well, I'll play." It's something that you can just sit there, play a couple of games with, get them back out when you want to, every week if you want, or once a month. But as I say, there's been people playing this longer than X-Wing, possibly longer than HeroClix. Quite probably. So yeah, it's going to be around for a while. It's not going anywhere, and they've got a new campaign thing coming out for it. They're also sending something. I've just spoke to them. Catalyst are sending us something for our birthday party, which is cool. Oops, I'm trying to stand the line up. Not sure. Let's see how a Google foo. $1984. It was launched in '84 by FASA, acquired in 2001 by WizKids, and then acquired in 2003 by Tops, and then published since 2007 by Catalyst. Trademark is currently owned by Tops, but Catalyst produced all of the games for them. Miniature games and figures. So yeah. 1984. So, because everything's melting, including myself, I'm going to call that a night. I'll be back next week. So, hope you've all enjoyed what you've seen. I'll get some photos of the other bits and pieces as I get them put up on Facebook. And yes, that place. I forgot what it's called. Discord. So, I'll get all of them put up. And I shall catch us all next week. In the meantime, take care. Catch us all soon.